What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Zuga with the Ruga, and today I got you guys with the top 5 builds for every position in NBA 2K22. But before we continue the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Let's get straight into this video. Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Zuga with the Ruga, and I'm back at it again with a new NBA 2K22 YouTube video. And today I'll be showing you guys the best perimeter lockdown build in NBA 2K22. But before we continue with the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. It really helps my channel a lot. We on the road to 10K, so you guys already know the vibe. But now let's get straight into this build tutorial. Alright guys, so the first thing you guys want to do is put the position at point guard, and then the hand does not matter at all, and jersey number does not matter either. So now let's continue on to the pie chart. So for the pie charts, what you want to do is you want to go down to the defensive pie charts, and the pie chart you want to select is not the fully red pie chart, but the red pie chart with some green. This is the pie chart you want to select because this has mad defense and it has a shooting ability. So this is the pie chart you want to select for this build. Now for the physical profile you want to select for this build is the one with the most speed. And you guys know the one with the most speed is the first physical profile, because this is a perimeter lockdown build. You need to be able to catch up to everybody and anybody. You gotta be one of the quickest on the court, so a 90 speed is gonna be just perfect. So let's pick the first physical profile. Alright YouTube, for the attributes, what you want to do is you want to put your drive and layup all the way to a 51. You want to put your drive and dunk all the way maxed out to a 69, and that's what you want to do for finishing. And unfortunately we get no finishing badges, but this is not a finishing build. But for the shooting, what you want to do is you want to max out your mid-range shot, you want to max out your 3-point shot, and you want to max out your free throw, and put your post fade up to 74, and that should leave you with 17 shooting badges. Now for playmaking, what you want to do is you want to put it to a 75 all the way maxed out. You want to put your ball handling all the way maxed out also to 74, and that leaves you with 7 playmaking badges. Now for defensive rebound, what you want to do is you want to put your interior defense all the way to a 47. You want to put your perimeter defense maxed out. You want to put your lateral quickness maxed out. You want to put your steal maxed out. You just want to put everything on defensive rebound maxed out, because this is a pure defensive build, and what this will get you is 24 defensive rebound badges. Now our badge lineup looks like 1 finishing, 17 shooting, 7 playmaking, and 24 defensive rebound. If your badge lineup looks like this, you have done it correctly. Now we're going to continue on. Now for the height, what you want to do is you want to bring the height all the way to 6. Now for the height, what you want to do for this build is you can go 6'4", but personally me, I'm going 6'5". I know it takes 1 off of speed, but look at all the benefits we get on defense. But it takes away 1 from steal, but that's all it really is. And we're taller, it's gonna be easier to defend taller players, so it's really good to be 6'5". The reason why we would not select 6'6", because it takes 5 attribute points away from steal, and it just takes away too much from speed and everything else, and it's just not worth the sacrifice just for 1 inch of height. So we're gonna go back down to 6'5", and this is the height we will select for this build. Now for the weight, what you want to do is you want to put it at minimum weight so we can get as much speed as possible. As you guys can see, we got a 91 speed and 90 acceleration now, and it only took away 3 away from interior defense, but this is not a center build, so you don't got to worry about interior defense. Now for the wingspan, what you want to do is max it out, and for all y'all that are worrying about is 74 at overall 3-point, you won't be able to hit any shots. Trust me, you will. I have a center build that has a 75 overall 3-pointer, and it's straight green, shoots 10 for 10 every game, and gameplay is dropping soon for that. But you want to max out your wingspan. Look at all the benefits you get from it, all the defense attributes you get, pluses on and finishing, and you only lose 4 off 3-point shooting. And I know people that could shoot with a 65 overall 3-point consistently. It's very easy to shoot this year, so do not worry about the 74 overall 3-point. So now we're gonna go on to the takeover, and you guys already know the takeover we're picking with this build. It's a no-brainer. We're going with the lockdown take. Now the name of this build is a perimeter lockdown, just like how it says in the title, and the shades of it is Drew Holiday, Kirk Hinch, and Lonzo Ball. Now I'm gonna show you guys the badges. I want to make the position a shooting guard. The hand does not matter, and the jersey number does not matter. Now on to the pie charts. For the pie charts this year, for the shooting slasher, the one we will select is a third one down. Since shooting could be a low overall this year, we're definitely going with the third pie chart. Now for the physical profile, you guys already know what physical profile we picking. We want the most speed as possible, so that leaves us with the first physical profile to select. What you want to do is you want to put the close shot all the way to an 88. You want to put the driving layup all the way to a 91. You want to put the driving dunk all the way to an 81, and then you want to put your standing dunk all the way to a 63, and that leaves you with 17 finishing badges. Now for the shooting, what you want to do is you want to max out your mid-range all the way to an 81. You want to max out your 3-point to a 79, and then you want to max out your free throw all the way to an 86, which leaves you with 16 shooting badges. And so far you have 17 finishing and 16 shooting. Now for playmaking, what you want to do is you want to bring your pass accuracy to a 71, and then you want to bring your ball handling all the way to an 80, which leaves you with 10 playmaking badges. Now for defense, what you want to do is you want to bring perimeter defense all the way to a 76, lateral quickness all the way to a 74, and steal all the way to a 79. And then next you want to do is bring your block to a 51, and then after that you want to bring defensive rebound all the way maxed out. And then that right there leaves you with 7 defensive badges. Now your badge lineup should be 17 finishing, 16 shooting, 10 playmaking, and 7 defensive rebound badges. If that's your badge lineup, then you've done it correctly. So now let's move on to the body shape. And for the body shape for this build, the one we will select is defined. And now for the height, we have a whole lot of heights to pick from, but honestly for me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it at default height, because this is the perfect height to dunk on anybody and just to be a perfect guard and to shoot over anybody. You don't want to be too short with a slasher build, but you don't want to be too tall with the dribbling and everything, so we're gonna leave it at 6'5". Now for the weight, we're going to bring it all the way to a minimum since you're just a guard build, because you want the most speed as possible. And to get the most speed as possible, we're going to have to select the lowest weight. Now for the wingspan, I see a lot of people want to make builds like this, they leave it at default or minimum. Do not do that. The reason why we will not do that, because shooting is extra easy this year. You do not need a high 3-point shooting like this. I don't care if you're uncomfortable shooting this year. I'm telling you, you want to max out your wingspan to get the best defense and drive and dunk as possible. Leaving it at a minimum wingspan, you're just having too high of a 3-point for no reason. You're going to hit your shots with a 75. I have a center with a 61 3-point that hits consistent threes 24/7, so a 75 is more than acceptable. You should be going 10 for 10 with a 75 3-point. Now for the takeover we will select for this build. You can either go with lockdown or slashing, but this is a slashing build, so you know what, we're gonna go with the slashing takeover. And now the name of this build will be the two-way slasher, like the build I made earlier, except this one can shoot lights out and dunk on people and defend and play make. This is a all-around build. Now I'm gonna show you guys the badges for this build. So the first thing you want to do with this build is you want to put the position at small forward. Okay, this is a small forward slashing build. Now for the hand, it doesn't matter left or right, it does not matter at all. And the jersey number, we're going to put that number 3, my lucky number, but the jersey number does not matter either. But let's get straight into the pie charts. So the pie chart we will be selecting for this video is the half playmaking, half finishing pie chart. This is the pie chart we are going to select for this build. The reason why we're going to do that, so this build won't be super sluggish at the small forward position, and you have decent defense, a decent 3-point, and you can drive, dunk, and do everything with this build. So we're going to pick this pie chart right here. Now when it comes to these builds these days in 2K22, you're down to 2 pie charts. You're down to the one with vertical and speed, or you can go to the one with speed. If you go with vertical and speed, you get a whole lot of vertical just by picking this pie chart and taking away a little bit of speed. Or if you really feel like you need maxed out speed, and you can pick the first one. But personally me, I will be going with the half vertical, half speed, because you get plus 12 on the vertical and you still have an 80 plus speed, and we're going to get it higher throughout the video. So we will be picking the 4 physical profile. Now for the attributes, what we're going to do is we're going to put the close shot all the way to an 81. We're going to put the driving layup all the way maxed out. We're going to put the driving dunk all the way maxed out, and we're going to put the standing dunk all the way maxed out, so we can have up to 15 finishing badges. Now for the shooting, what we're going to do is we're going to max out the mid-range, we're going to max out the 3-point, we're gonna max out the free throw, and we're gonna max out the post fade. Actually, we're just gonna put the post fade till we get around 11 shooting badges. We want around 11 shooting badges for this build, so we're gonna go with the 67 post fade. Now for the playmaking, what you want to do is you want to put the playmaking up to 81, and you want to put your ball handling all the way maxed out so you can get 21 playmaking badges. Now for defense, what you want to do is you want to max out your perimeter defense, max out lateral quickness, and you want to max out steal, and put a little bit on block around 40 block. You want to put around a 40 block, and then you want to max out your defensive rebound, and that will leave you with 6 defensive rebound badges. Now you should have 15 finishing, 11 shooting, 21 playmaking, and 6 defensive rebound badges for your badge upgrades. If your lineup looks like this, then you have done it correctly, and we can move on to the body shape. So for the body shape for this build, what I'm gonna pick is defined. Defined is the body shape I will pick for this build. And now for the height, what we are going to select is 6'6". The reason why we're picking 6'6", because we want above a 65 3-point, and we have over at least a 75 steal, and we have a 75 perimeter defense. So our defense is going to be good. Our ball handling is going to be a lot much better. We have an 84 ball handling, so we get pretty much all the dribble moves, and we can shoot, and we can drive and dunk. So this is an all-around build as small forward, as 6'6", and it has a lot of speed. So now for the weight, what we're going to do is we're going to minimize the weight all the way down so we get up to an 87 speed. Now this build is really fast. Now we have an 87 speed, 86 acceleration. It could defend guards, it could dribble, it could shoot 3 points in mid ranges, and it can have a drive and dunk with contact dunks and all that nature. So with the 180 pounds, and now for the wingspan, what you want to do is you want to max out the wingspan. But if you don't feel comfortable with a 63 3-point, then you can put it down to 84.3 if you do not feel comfortable with a maximum wingspan with shooting, but you can shoot with a 63 3-point. So we're gonna max it all the way out, and now you have an 86 drive and dunk, at 63 3-point, at 82 ball handling. So you still get all the dribble moves, and you got good defense where you can guard guards and get a decent enough amount of rebounds for defensive rebounds. So that's what you want to select for the wingspan. Now for the takeover, what you want to select is slashing takeover. This is the best option when it comes to this build. It's kind of a no-brainer, but we will be going with the slashing takeover. Now the build is called a slashing playmaker at a small forward position, and the shades of is Brandon Ingram, DeMar DeRozan, and Latrell Sprewell. Now we'll be going showing you the badges for the first thing you guys want to do with this build is you want to put the position at power forward, and the hand doesn't matter. You can put your right, left, does not matter. Jersey number doesn't matter either. So let's get straight into the pie charts. So for the new pie charts, what you want to do is you want to go all the way down to see the new pie chart. It is right here. This is the new pie chart, and this is what you want to use for your new shooting center demigod. As you guys can see, you can get up to a 78 3-point, which is godlike because it's very easy to shoot this year at NBA 2K22, and over an 85 block and over an 85 rebound is just enough. So that's perfectly fine for this build, and I'm telling you, you're going to be a demigod out there. So we're going to continue to the physical profiles. So for the physical profiles, what we're going to do is you can either go with the first one and try to get as much speed as possible, or you can go down here to the bottom one, and this is the one I went along with because strength does matter in NBA 2K22 this year. So it's all up to you if you want to go for the first one, get as much speed as possible so you can be very fast like the rebound wings back in 2K20, or you can be very balanced with it and still have enough speed after the Gatorade and everything. You'll have at least a 75 speed if you pick the bottom physical profile, but I'll be going with the bottom one right here. Alright YouTube, now for the attributes, what you want to do is you want to put the close shot all the way to an 83. You want to put your driving layup all the way to a 60, and then you want to put your driving dunk all the way to a 68. Put your standing dunk all the way to a 74, and then you want to put your post hook to nothing. And we got 7 finishing badges for this build. Now for the shooting, what you want to do is you want to max out your mid-range shot, you want to max out your 3-point, and you want to max out your free throw, and you want to put a little bit on the post fade so you can get up to 20 shooting badges. Now as you guys can see, so far we got 7 finishing and 20 shooting. Now we're gonna do nothing to playmaking because this is a strictly shooting center build with some finishing. So for defense, we're basically just gonna max out everything because we want as much defensive badges as possible, and we want the best defense we could possibly get out of this build. So we're maxing out interior, perimeter, lateral, steal, block, offensive and defensive rebound all the way to the max, and that should leave you with 23 defensive badges. Now your badge lineup should look like 7 finishing, 20 shooting, 1 playmaking, and 23 defensive rebound badges. If it does not look like this, then you messed up and you got to repeat what you just done. But now we're going to move on to the shape. So for the body shape of this build, what we're going to do is we're going to make this build a built or burly. It's all up to your choice, but I make mine's built because I don't want to be too big. Now for the height of this build, you can either go 6'8" if you're not comfortable with shooting, or you can go 6'9", but it's very easy to shoot and you don't even need badges. You still be greening straight up with 6'9", but if you really are inconsistent and you want a little more speed out of your build, and make it 6'8", but you will lack on defense, so make your build 6'9". Now for the weight, what you want to do is you want to bring it all the way down to 224, just so you can get the little bit of speed up and you can get your perimeter defense up and your lateral up just a little bit. But we just want to make our build a little bit more quicker. Now for the wingspan, what you want to do, I am very comfortable with my shooting, so what I did is I maxed out my wingspan. So now I got a 93 block and a 91 of defensive rebound, and I kind of sacrificed my 3-point shooting, but I green every day, all day in this game, so it really does not matter. But if you're not that comfortable with your shooting, then I'll just say bring it down to default wingspan if you're not that comfortable with shooting. But if you know you're comfortable with shooting and you want to be a demigod on defense also, then max out your wingspan. Now for the takeover for this build, what I have chose was rim protector, but you can pick sharpshooting also. But the reason why I pick rim protecting, because I always want to be the best defensive player on the court and never be a liability. I always want to bring the game back in threes and everywhere, and I always make my shots anyways, and this takeover won't help me that much because I green all day every day. But if you're not that good at shooting, then I highly recommend putting on sharpshooting takeover. But for my comp big men, I highly recommend rim protecting takeover. Now the name of this build is a glass cleaning lockdown. This is the paint beast build right here. So the first thing you want to do is start off with the power forward. The hand does not matter and the jersey number does not matter. Now for this build, what we're going to do is we're going to switch up the pie chart. And for the pie chart, this is the pie chart we are going to select for the paint beast build right here. With this pie chart right here, we were able to get a 95 overall driving dunk, and now we can get elite contact dunks with this build. And that was my problem with the last build, but this build is going to be fixed and way better. So you want to pick this pie chart right here. Now for the physical profile, what you want to do is you want to pick the physical profile with the most speed. Now if you're worried about you're not be able to get box out and rebounds and stuff, then you can pick one with a little bit more strength, because a lot of people don't know in 2K22 strength does apply to getting box out and rebounds. But for me, I'm honestly not too worried about that, and I'm gonna still pick the most speed on my build. So I'll pick the physical profile with the most speed. Okay YouTube, now for the attributes, what you want to do is you want to max out your close shot, you want to max out your driving layup, you want to max out your driving dunk, and you want to max out your standing dunk. That should leave you with around 25 finishing badges. Now for this build, we're not even going to touch shooting because this build does not focus on shooting at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to max out pass accuracy, and we're going to max out ball handling just so we can get a little bit of playmaking badges, and we're just going to put a little bit on post control until we get around 6 playmaking badges. Now for the rest of the points, we're going to put it all towards defense. So interior defense, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, block, offensive rebound, and all of that nature. And it should bring us around at least 25 defensive rebound badges. As you guys can see right here, we have 25 defensive rebound badges, and we have 5 points left. Now we could put it either towards playmaking, but it really doesn't do nothing to the badges, or we could put it towards finishing. and it brings us to 26 finishing. So this should be your badge upgrades right here. 26 finishing, 1 shooting, 6 playmaking, 25 defensive rebound. And if your badges look like this, then you have made the build correctly. Now for the body shape, what you want to do is you want to make it a built body shape. And then for the height, what we're going to do, you can make it either 6'8" or you can make it 6'9". But personally for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it 6'9", because I'm going to still get it really fast with a 6'9" height. But if you guys really want to be like 99 speed, then you got to go 6'8". But I'm going with 6'9", just so I can make sure I get all the rebounds and everything. And 6'9" is actually a really good height. Trust me, you do not need to go all the way down to 6'8", and I'm gonna show you guys why. So for the weight, now here's the thing with the weight. Normally I would make mine a minimum weight, but if you make your build a minimum weight, it will be a glass cleaning finisher. If you guys do not care about the name, then make it minimum weight. But if you guys wanted to say paint beast, then you gotta make it 210, and you can still be fast with 210. But if you make it lower than 210, then it will be called a glass cleaning finisher. But it's basically both the same build, but it's all up to you. But this is a paint beast video, so I'm going to make the weight 210. Now for the wingspan, what we're going to do is going to max out the wingspan. Now you guys see in the last video I messed up and it had a 91 driving dunk, so you couldn't get elite contact dunks. But now you're able to get a 95 driving dunk and over a 90 overall offensive rebound and defensive, and over a 90 block. Now as you guys can see, this build is godlike, and once you hit the Gatorade facility and everything, you're gonna have at least over 85 speed, including 99 overall and the Gatorade. So for the takeovers, all up to you. I personally either go rim protecting or slashing takeover. Most of the time I go slashing takeover because I just love getting contact dunks and all that. But rim protector lately has just been really good and doing me well, especially as a team player, so I will be going rim protecting takeover. But if you do be playing the 1v1 courts a lot, I would highly recommend doing slash and takeover. So I'm gonna go rim protecting takeover. And as you guys can see, it's a versatile paint beast.